Lillard, long range three.
Let's be real about bad shots.
It wasn't even a bad shot.
When you 17 of 33 from the field, 9 of 15 from 3 at that point before the last shot. No, it's not a bad shot at all. So,
Yeah, the starter fat back here again. Remember,
We are powered by the Binge Podcast Network. Shout out to iHeartMedia and 1019 Kiss FM. You can listen to us on any podcast platform. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at LBR Sports 901 and join the Facebook group at the Let's Be Real group.
all right, to run down the show topic list today, we're going to go to the NBA playoffs. As y'all we referred to bad shots. Damian Lillard crushed some dreams to some people last week. We talk about the second round matchups. Then we go to the NFL with the NFL draft, which I was there. Great experience.
It looked lit.
yeah,
looked
it was
amazingly
lit. Yeah.
And go from there to college basketball recruiting. We talked about the Memphis Tigers last week, but we'll talk about the rest of college basketball this week.
Boo.
Weren't you a Duke fan, though?
Boo.
And we're finishing around famous. Troll. Oh, no.
We hope y'all like the theme song.
Yeah, the theme song. That's
I definitely
stuff.
want people to tweet at us. I want people's response about that because I died laughing every time I listen to it.
Yes, it's great. It's great.
Hey, y'all know I was in Charlotte and I heard it on the radio. I explained later. Just let me get it out.
So, yeah. Let's start with the NBA and Mr. Damian Lillard. 50 points, including the game-winning 37-footer over Paul George.
Number green.
What's up, Trevor?
Well, first, let me commend the Portland Trailblazers on the excellent series. They came out pretty much from the gate, showed that they were the better team, and it showed with basically the 5-game series win.
After you said Thunder and 6.
I did say Thunder in 6.
Only 7 days ago.
Just last week. I mean, I'll admit it. I'll admit it.
I'm just being petty.
I put a lot.
I'm feeling happy.
Yeah, I put a lot of stock in that Game 3 victory because I really thought that, hey, maybe we're going to show up in Game 4. But once I saw Game 4, I was like, yep, we're pretty much done. Now, to these fellow people in Oklahoma City, I do not even know where to start.
I do.
I mean, I'm just going to take questions at this point, and I'll just...
Well, since you're going to do that, your feelings about Russell Westbrook, at some point something has to change, right? I think that the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. You cannot continue to have, in my opinion, Russell Westbrook continue to lead your team and he plays the way that he plays. Like, I think for me, I really focused in on this series mainly like for Russell Westbrook to see if he could be able to lead y'all to win this series, because it was definitely gettable. Like, it was out there for y'all to get, and for him to have this point guard matchup with Dame Lillard, who gave him buckets the entire series.
Technically, Russell wasn't holding him, so he really didn't give Russell.
Well, he did the first 2 games.
The first 2 games.
And then from what Dame Lillard said, he kind of backed off on him. So my question is, so what can y'all do differently to better the team? What can y'all do? Is it putting Russell Westbrook at the 2? Is it trading Russell Westbrook? Like, something has to change.
Well, trading Westbrook is not going to be an option, because if you look at his contract for the next 4 years, he's on set to make $38 million next year, about 41 the year after that, 44 the year after that, and then the final year is a player option. He's making 47. So, trading Westbrook is not an actual option. As far as moving him to the 2, that's something that I've and a lot of us have expressed. I just don't think at this point you can't do it, because 10 years into your career, if you don't figure out a way to be effective off the ball, you just
I mean, I can't see. I mean,
yeah, I can't. I can.
Still gonna have
And then it takes Andre Robertson off the floor if you move him to the 2.
Not if you put him at the 3.
It takes who off the floor?
It takes Andre Robertson, our quote unquote best defender.
The one that hadn't played in like 2 years?
Come on,
Yeah.
he just missed last season.
He just
feel
missed
like he's
last
been
season.
gone for like 2 years.
He just missed last season. Yeah, but going forward, I really think that for Oklahoma City, there's not much we can do in free agency because all our money is tied up into our core guys.
That's not good.
That's
Would-
not good.
Like I just mentioned, Russ is scheduled to make 38 next year. Paul George is making 35. Steven Adams is making 25.
Jesus Christ.
Dennis
Schroeder's making 15.
Andre Roberson.
Andre Roberson has
Rusty out there giving now checks. I'm gonna an internship.
Making the same shit again.
Andre Robinson is scheduled to make 10, and I think Jeremy Grant's making 9, and then we both have Terrence Ferguson. Terrence Ferguson's $2 million is guaranteed, and then Hamidou Diallo's $1 million on his rookie deal is guaranteed.
Boy, y'all throwing out money. Okay.
So one of the things that I would probably suggest, of course, we need to go out and get shooting. We've been in the bottom half in terms of 3-point field goal percentage for like the past few years, and surrounding Russ with some competent shooters, not just somebody who can maybe knock down threes here or there, like someone who's a legit sniper. So, and just, I also took heed to Colin Coward's word about Russell Westbrook, about how the game is kind of leaving him behind, but because he doesn't know how to shoot, I think Russ can still be effective still. It's just, I believe Sam Presti hasn't done a well enough job of putting admirable pieces around him. And I think he's gotten a little cocky in the past few years since joining the Thunder. I mean, when you pulled off the moves that you pulled off and drafted the people you drafted, you tend to get a little cocky
He
there.
getting a piece on my pie right now.
Yeah, he's so. And another thing I feel that the Thunder can use, we have to get some kind of cap flexibility. Like, we really have to get rid of some of these contracts. I really think this summer, I think Dennis Schroeder will be available for trade. And as much as it pains me, I think Steven Adams will be available for trade. Just go out, just try to get some shooting, some free agents that I think we should target. Since we don't have much, we could target Reggie Bullock, who was a decent knockdown shooter for the Pistons and eventually Skylar's Lakers when he was traded there. That's a guy. Trevor Ariza is going to be a free agent, so you could probably look to get him for cheap. Maybe not.
For me, I think the options that you're throwing out there as far as potential shooters are okay, but you got to get younger too. I think that's another thing that I kind of struggle with watching y'all play. It's just like, I feel like y'all got too many older guys. Like, why is Raymond Felton still on y'all team? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why is he still on the team? Like,
They're getting minutes.
yeah,
They're playing minutes.
solid minutes. Like,
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Damian Lillard almost ended his career.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I think you need to see what you can get for Russell Westbrook. That's just me being like flat out honest, because I mean, I think Sam Presti has done a decent job with what he's been
Given?
with what he's been given. I think one, Billy Donovan is the issue. I think Russell Westbrook is the issue. I think earlier you said, like, in the series, that I think how far y'all go depends on Paul George. I think at the end of the day, it fell on Russell Westbrook. At the end of the day, I think the one decent game where, I mean, he had a couple of decent games, but the best game he had was the game that y'all won. I mean, his field goal percentage from the field, like, this series is terrible. Like, Colin Kaepernick tweeted this, and I just thought this was absolutely crazy. The past 7 times OKC has been eliminated from the playoffs, Russell Westbrook has shot 11 of 28, 4 of 20, 8 of 23, 7 of 21, 15 of 34, 18 of 43,
I remember that
11
game.
of 31.
I remember that last one with the 43 shot game. That was the
That is awful. And that's your best player. That is your best.
Supposedly.
That's supposedly your best player.
Your franchise player.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
I get my spiel about Russell Westbrook, and that'll be it. I remember when Russ came into the league, like I said, probably before, and like all the scouts gave him like Fs and stuff like that. So I'm like, Russ is actually pretty good. Like, I remember him playing in college, so I was a fan just then. And the first time he was in an All-Star game, I was like, yo, this dude is gonna be a superstar. Like, I'm telling y'all now, he's gonna be a superstar. Then he wins MVP. Cool. But the thing throughout that is that he's never been a leader. He's always been a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a superstar than a basketball player. You cannot lead a team going 5 for 22 in playoff games. The stats that you just named, Scotty, you cannot lead a team doing that. You have to learn how to distribute the ball and get your IQ up. And Russell has failed to done that in 10 years. So I don't think they have to trade Russell per se, but you do have to.
You have to explore that option.
You have to explore the option. Russ gonna have to get his ass back in the gym. He's gonna have to learn how to make his shots better, so more efficient. Because
what made it the series loss in the post game wasn't what made it worse. What made it worse was the exit interviews and Russ coming out and basically just telling everybody, "Hey, respect what I do." Yada yada yada. I'm sitting here like, dude, you're an MVP who averaged 36% from the field in this series. That's on average. That's not from three. That's from the field. That is from the field. Like, dude, you are an MVP. You're averaging 36% shooting from the field. Of course, a lot of people are going to agree. I'm actually happy that these reporters tend to finally start holding him accountable. But I don't like how he came out and said, "Hey, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. Going to do what I can to improve."
And that is why KD left.
And I'm at this point, hey, and I'm also kind of upset how the teammates. I get it. That's your guy. You got to come out and defend him, but at some point, you got to hold him accountable. I don't like how Paul George is downplaying his shoulder issue. I think it's maybe a little more serious than he's letting people on to believe. And from what I'm hearing, they're looking to keep Billy Donovan, which I thought was also felt was the issue. So I'm like, yo, I need changes in the offseason, dog, or next year is going to be my last
They're gonna
year.
be AC again next year. Watch.
You want to come to the Knicks with me?
Next year's probably gonna be my last year because we're.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Your last year what?
Supporting the Thunder.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to come to the Knicks with me?
Believe it.
I need change.
I gotta see it to believe it.
How long ago?
I need change. Like I supported the team for 10 years, man. Like basically since they gotten there, and for nothing really to show for it, and.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
once upon
crazy.
a time, I was a Thunders fan, but I foresaw this coming, and to see it, it's like it sucks because, like I said, I still rock with Russ. I want Paul George to do good. Like loyalty is the thing with me, but the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I need changes this offseason, like drastic changes. And if I don't see them, like this could be. I probably ain't getting it. I'm probably not getting it.
That's why you saying the 1 year because you know you ain't getting it.
Yeah, because let's be real, Paul. We got 2 years left to do something because in them 2 years, Paul George has a player option. And if there's 2 more first round exits, there's a good chance he's out of there. And I already gave you what Russ is going to be making the next few years. So,
I'm going to cash some check.
Yes. But yeah, but it's again, I just want to commend the Trailblazers, man. Like they played a hell of a series. Damian Lillard was special indeed throughout. So. Shout out to them. I'm hoping these drastic changes come, but if not, I'm filling out my application. Like, yo, it's time for me to go. Like for real. Well, I will say one last thing though, and I think this is one of the reasons why Sam Presti is really eating humble pie. He's now seeing it now. He's now starting to realize just how special James Harden was, and now you're starting to see that reluctance to pay him and instead pay Serge Ibaka, that's really starting to rear its ugly head right now. So,
yeah, the way I see it, y'all stuck in purgatory. I mean, because Paul George is not a leader. He's obviously showing in the post-game interviews, following Westbrook.
I mean, you can't take a team from somebody. You know what I'm saying? LeBron couldn't take D Wade's team.
I'm talking about. I ain't talking about taking a team. But I'm saying like you're literally following Westbrook.
But
following the next question pattern that he's doing. Like you need to show him that you need to be a better leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have fun taking that title from Russ.
I ain't say take a title from him, but I'm saying you can.
I mean, if Russ don't give the title away, then
you're
he's gonna be the leader
yourself, so you could help him to become a better leader.
I got to troll.
KD tried.
I got to troll him now for later on.
KD actually tried.
KD and Russ
is. KD's
lying.
KD's points, but he bagging it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He bagging it up. But
I got to troll.
Good point.
I have a trolling all on my Thunder later on in the show, man.
Bad.
Right. Yeah. Again, shout out to the Blazers. To talk about the first round, let me go off on the Spurs right quick. At Game 7, against the Nuggets.
Please explain to me what happened. I actually didn't watch it.
Okay, that first half was terrible for one. But the game got good second half. Got close. The Spurs made a comeback. The Spurs down by 4. They missed a shot. Denver gets the rebound with about 26 seconds to go. The Spurs did not foul. They just played defense.
Wait, how much were they losing by?
Down 4.
They're down 4.
Down 4. The Nuggets have the ball.
Greg Popovich, the whole coaching staff on the bench, is trying to get everybody to come up and foul. One of the players on the court, Brand Forbes, trying to get Marcus Aldridge to foul. He just in there guarding his man. Patty Mills comes up to the man.
Did everybody have fouls or something?
No.
I was thinking the same thing, but I don't think so.
They said they said it was loud. They couldn't hear the coach well. I'm sitting there like
That should be instincts.
you're a veteran player. You're not. This not.
Yeah.
It was the opposite team. It was Denver, who a young team. Okay, maybe I can give you somewhat of a pass. Y'all. I mean, still not, but I can understand it more on the younger side than the older players. Like I'm sitting on the Marcus Aldridge, bro. Patty Mills, like y'all been doing this.
Yeah, you have to recognize like time situation and things of that nature. So yeah, that kind of bad for me as well. But commit to the shout out to the Nuggets. Indeed,
They play the Blazers next, so should be an interesting series.
Very interesting.
The
Very
rest of the
interesting.
second round has started.
Now the playoffs have started for real now.
Yeah.
Now the playoffs have started. We done had some previews we had to watch for a long time. Now the movie for the start.
Yeah.
The Celtics beat the Bucks by like 20.
Ooh, boy.
Kyrie don't look. Whoo, Kyrie.
It's gonna be sad when he's in New York next year.
Yeah, it is.
Or Brooklyn.
No, not for
Or
who?
Brooklyn.
For who? It's
For Kyrie.
awesome to see.
No, I'm talking about for Boston.
Jersey.
I'm talking about Boston. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's
for
gonna.
Boston. For
Well, they
Celtics.
won't be too much. They won't fall out too bad.
Yeah, they got scary Terry. They start him now.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard dropped 45 for my boys. Siakam had 29.
The smoothest, most quietest 45 you ever hear.
That joint went quiet.
That
I was watching that
was an
joint.
impressive
Yes.
45.
Yeah.
That was an impressive 45. Like, I low-key, I'm really trying to word my trolling all for Kawhi Leonard, but
Don't do it. Don't do it because you finna come and don't.
no, I don't think it's. I don't think I'm going where you think I'm going.
Because your boy Savage almost had me just like, what?
Man, Savage is becoming a real
troll.
Yeah.
He been hanging around Ashton too much.
Bang, bang.
I mean, he just a troll about that one topic in sports. Now.
Yeah,
Not trolls in music.
He who has no name and shall be.
But Savage starting to creep up there.
Yeah, he really is. But yeah, shout out to Kawhi, man. And I see the little smirk.
Now, y'all see the happy face potato he made?
That was creepy. That was a creepy smile that he had.
You saw Roz on that one question.
Yep.
Crazy.
Well, get excited, man. He's gonna be doing that for you Lakers next year.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. I ain't saying nothing. Until it happens.
Are we doing predictions this episode? Or you want to wait? Sure. Okay. I mean, let's start with that series. Let's start with the Celtics and Bucks. How many games? What y'all think Bucks are gonna come back?
The Bucks can come back and win in 7.
Bucks in
Mark
7.
my word. Let's go.
I think that's hopeful thinking. We're wishful thinking.
Nope.
I think it's
I
not wishful
don't
thinking.
get too carried away off game 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
That happens. I've seen plenty of series. The teams fall down 0-2.
Yeah, I don't think it's over with, but I'll take.
But to your point, the Celtics have got it going. So
That's all, and that's all I needed to see. Give me Celtics in 6 confidently.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Celtics in 6.
Celtics in
it
6.
had to be different.
Yeah.
I will go Celtics in 5.
Oh boy.
Only reason is because this is the Celtics that I've been waiting to see. Like, they're actually playing together. They're playing smarter. And honestly, the more experienced team, 9 times out of 10 is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So no disrespect to Giannis, who is the MVP. But it's the Celtics that's look like they're on a mission. So keep it up.
Yeah.
I would have said sweet, but I ain't going to do them like that.
I said, yeah, that's
no.
disrespectful.
Not that. That's what I said.
They won 7 games last year.
Yeah, exactly.
How many games you say, Trev?
6. Celtics in 6.
All right, so we actually being serious. Is we would kind of trolling on the first round. But this one,
Yeah.
No,
so I want to.
you.
Hey, ain't no iron team, bro. It's a unique situation.
That was all you.
No, I think it'd be cool if we saw holding people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah. The Celtics, Raptors, and Sixers.
We going down in 6.
You said we going down in 6.
Y'all going down in 6? Raptors. So Raptors in 6.
Yep.
Okay.
You could tell when you watch the team play, they just ain't got it.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Brown just ain't got it.
Wow, you ready for him?
You ready for him to go?
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
But Jimmy Butler I'm gone anyway, so I guess it don't really matter.
Yeah.
I'll do one. I'll go Raptors in 7.
Oh boy, took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm gonna go Raptors in 7.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I think Philly shows up in game 2, and then if they don't win game 2, I think them going home is gonna work wonders for them. So I'm gonna go Raptors in 7.
Absolutely.
Give me Raptors and the NBA League in 7. I say the NBA League because I feel like they're gonna draw that series out, and it doesn't need to go 7. You can just tell, like Sharky said, you can just tell when a team has another team's number, and when a team is just like psychologically defeated. Like that's just how the Sixers look against the Raptors. Like they could do nothing.
Even though Milwaukee got blown out, I know Michael Budenholzer is a good coach.
Yeah.
Brett Brown, on the other hand,
they have a huge issue with Kawhi Leonard. Like they had no idea what to do
Jimmy
with him.
Butler is a really good defender.
But I think they're gonna draw that out. So give me Raptors and the league in 7.
I'm gonna go Sixers and 7 only because I'm gonna still keep rolling with the Sixers pick that I made at the beginning of the season. I ain't gonna flip out like that. But Sixers and definitely 7. If not, if y'all saying all that about Kawhi, we may be Raptors in 5.
Did you watch game 1?
No, I didn't get a chance to. But from what y'all, I mean the score, and then from what y'all saying, Kawhi put up 45.
Like I said, you trying to take too much from game 1, but I know the Sixers coach. I know
and the coach, the coach kind of got me worried too.
Yeah.
So I have to put Raptors in 5, but I'm gonna roll my pick for the finals, like I've been saying, Sixers. So
when you get a chance, go see that Kawhi Leonard 45. You can be like,
no, man, don't sleep on Siakam.
Most improved player. I'm telling you, I called it.
If
They found a gym.
If Kawhi does leave, they got their next star.
Yep,
right there and waiting.
All right, so let's go. What is it? Dame versus.
Ooh, the Nuggets.
That's a tough one.
The Nuggets.
It's a tough one. Experience versus clutch.
So Blazers versus the Nuggets.
I'm going Blazers in 6.
Yep, I'm gonna go Blazers in 6 too. It's tough though because the Nuggets were at home. It's tough to win in Denver, and they got home court advantage. But Dame
is on a mission.
Yeah, it's Dame.
Dame is on a mission to show everybody why he's staying in Portland.
Now, they do have huge disadvantage. Jokic just had a triple double, and Watchkow does have a shoulder injury now.
Yeah, that's gonna be
in his camp.
So, I mean, just let Joker do what he gonna do and neutralize everybody else.
I think he's gonna outplay Jamal Murray and Gary Harris.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
Give me Nuggets in 7. I think
Okay.
the Nuggets are as good as Dame Lillard is, and I think he'll continue to have a really good playoff run. I just think the Nuggets are a little bit deeper
better
than
and deeper.
The Trailblazers, especially with Jokic. And then Nurkic been hurt. They don't have too many big men, and they kind of got exposed a little bit against the Thunder. So that's why I'm gonna roll with the Nuggets. So give me Nuggets in 7.
Yep, Nuggets in 7 as well, for the exact same reason.
And of course, the game that was earlier today.
Boy.
Yeah, y'all can go first. I get y'all.
That was a hostile game, man.
It really was.
We expected it though, right?
It did.
Very, yes, man.
Hey, I love what Draymond said in that press conference too. Did you hear him? They was talking about James Harden, talking about he was getting fouled. He was like, man, James Harden fouled me a couple times.
Oh, man.
Give me the Warriors in 6.
Ooh, dang! Y'all reading my mind today.
6.
I read my mind today.
You going with it too?
Yeah, I go Warriors in 6. I really want to say Warriors in 5 because I really feel like if they really just buckle down and say, all right, let's just stop playing for real, they could really win it in 5. But I know they ain't gonna do that. They gonna find a reason to kind of BS this whole playoff series.
They turned the ball over like 25 times.
They be playing, bro.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, honestly, I
really
do. That is the reason I got Warriors in 5/7 because I know the NBA is gonna try to draw this out as much as possible. You know, people been waiting on this since last year. But if they turn up, I think it could be. I ain't gonna say a sweep. I ain't gonna disrespect.
I mean,
it could be a sweep, bro. I ain't gonna screw the Rockets. Warriors in 5/7.
It's awesome that we all on the same
5/7.
That's ugly. I'm going we all on the same page, but just because of the NBA, I'm just gonna say Warriors in 7.
It's crazy that we all got to talk like this. Like we know, like just let them play basketball. Just let them play basketball.
Like if it was really up to the Warriors, I would say Warriors in 5, but the NBA is gonna draw this out.
Shout out.
I say Warriors
in 7.
You know,
shout out to Kevin Durant, by the way.
Yes.
Boy.
He put up 52.
Whew.
And let me take some shots at some James Harden fans who was trying to talk stuff about Giannis earlier. After the game, they was like, this is y'all MVP. Harden proceeded to shoot like 9 for 28. So
Not surprised.
Yeah.
You probably got a quarter tank of gas left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll run out of steam.
Yep.
Oh, that dribbling, that's just tiring, bro. I don't understand how he do it. He does it, but have fun doing it against the Warriors.
And that's it.
All right. So move on to the NFL. Y'all know the NFL draft for this past weekend.
Oh boy,
That was live. Feeling to be there live. I must admit, great experience.
it looked really.
It
good.
looked nice.
I hate I
Yeah.
missed
They
it.
kept referencing about like how Nashville like they kept saying like Nashville, this is better than any draft they've been there before. Like I think Philly, Dallas, they were like, this was the best atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt it. It was great. But
How loud would a booze for Goodell?
same. I mean, are you here on TV?
Typical
Yeah.
Goodell boys.
I'm just saying to be there in person. Though, I would have loved to hear the booze in person.
I
That
had
would've been
problems.
awesome.
As a Titans fan, I had no problems with Reggie Wayne and the Colts former opponent, Pat McAfee, talking noise. I mean, we haven't beat him.
That's true.
When I look at the schedule, that's two losses I count every year. So
That's sad.
That is sad.
That's sad.
we had to win.
Well, it's just like
14
us
games.
when they put the Patriots on our schedule.
Well, y'all don't play them once though.
True.
That's true.
You got to play them twice.
That's still one.
That's a guaranteed loss every single
That's
year.
still one game that we would not. Like, I'll be okay with at least splitting the Colts or something, except playing the Patriots every year. So,
But to start it off, Kyler Murray was indeed drafted first overall.
Couldn't be me.
Josh Rosen was indeed traded to the Miami Dolphins. But we're gonna talk about these New York Giants.
yes, we have to get to it. Yes,
Goodness
yes.
gracious. They just made the bust pick of the whole century. Daniel Jones. I ain't heard Daniel Jones' name since the draft week started. Like who's this kid? Y'all got it.
For one, shout
Who is this
out
kid?
to my boy Nigel. He's been long term, Redskins fan.
Bless his heart.
I've been
Bless
feeling
his
bad
heart.
for him.
Bless
But
his
they
Bless his-
finally made some moves that I'd be like, man, they finally making you proud. Thanks to the Giants.
I'm kind of scared though for Dwayne Haskins in Washington. I'm a
Why?
little terrified. I just think because of Daniel Snyder.
James Dolan.
Yeah.
Dan Snyder.
Yep.
There you go. I'm a little fearful for him. I still hope he throws for 400 against the Giants, but
Let me tell you my thought process as I'm watching the draft and the Giants come up. Sitting in my guy house, just chilling, watching the game. I'm literally telling y'all exactly what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So the Giants are picking, and you just know that they have to pick Dwayne Haskins, right?
Yes.
So as the Giants are preparing their pick, like they say that Dwayne Haskins is from Jersey, that he grew up a Giants fan. Like this, they are drawing it like they're putting it in the hands of the Giants to pick Dwayne Haskins, and you go with.
At the very
You
least.
go with what was his name again?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Damn, Daniel.
At the very least, pick one of those top defensive players.
Hey, thank you, thank you. And
Bingo.
Thank you. And that's what I was gonna get at. If you didn't. First of all, they didn't even think Dwayne Haskins was one of the best quarterbacks in the draft. That I had an issue with already.
Yes.
They had Drew Lock as 1B.
And so then when they pass on Dwayne Haskins and pick Daniel Jones, I'm like, dang, Tooks did say Dave Gettleman is not a good GM.
Oh, he's a terrible GM.
That was god awful.
That was god-awful.
I don't care who you are. Jesus could come down right now and say this is why the Giants picked Daniel Jones, and I still couldn't believe it.
So fun fact,
It's stupid. It's beyond me.
According to ESPN, Daniel Jones was picked number 6, and he's the 6th ranked quarterback. So I give you a little something
I
about
got
Daniel
a
Jones.
stats for y'all right now.
What's up?
Dwayne Haskins threw a total of 8 picks last year. Daniel Jones once threw 9 picks in a game.
one game.
against
Hold on.
against Virginia. And this is not basketball.
Chill. And he's
Nine
a top
interceptions
6
in the
pick.
game.
Hold on.
Yes.
Like there were 9 times in one game. There were 9 times in one game he threw it to the other team.
Yes.
You got to be kidding.
Hey, can we go deeper? Can we go a little deeper with this? All right. So, as it was announced after this guy was drafted by the Giants, coming out of high school, Daniel Jones was a 0-star recruit.
Zero?
Yes, 0.
I didn't even know that could happen.
She was a walk-up.
And minimum, I thought you get a 1 star.
At least half a star.
Yes.
Wait, how did
How? Who is David Cutcliffe? Y'all heard of him?
Yes.
Yes.
Like a
office coordinator.
Apparently, he has like the nickname the QB Whisperer, if that means anything.
Yeah,
He's decent, but yeah.
You ain't just
Daniel Jones.
lately. He ain't just really done.
He hasn't
nothing
been
with
nothing
nobody.
lately.
He
Yeah.
did work with like with the Manning brothers.
He did make Duke relevant because Duke was like garbage when he got there. He used to be Peyton Manning's offense coordinator.
This has Gettleman and Eli Manning written all over it.
Let's get a quarterback that'll shut everybody up. But it made everybody
it's the quarterback that Eli knows, okay, I can give probably a couple more years. Because if you draft Dwayne Haskins, you know for sure you on the time.
But why would you still pick?
It's Dave Gettleman. You said it.
You're right.
Yeah.
My own question. You're right.
Like, but how do you? How are you okay with making this pick, knowing that Eli Manning has been awful the past 2 or 3 years? Like, how do you continue to let Eli Manning sit on your roster, pay him the money that you're paying him?
You don't want to know what it is? Dave Gettleman's mindset, and I know this from experience, it wasn't Eli Manning's fault. It was Odell's fault. That is his mindset. I guarantee you that's his mindset. Yep. You got the cancer out the locker room. You got a upcoming, in his eyes, star receiver in Shepard. I'm telling you that's what he thinks. I'm telling you that's what this man thinks. And the Browns going to win a Super Bowl because of Dave Gettleman.
This also highlights another thing with the NFL. We already classify the NFL as a racist organization anyway. This highlights about how these GMs and owners feel about the black quarterback. Because what was one of the main gripes against Dwayne Haskins coming out of college? That he wasn't that much of a runner.
And now we get one that can actually pass.
You have a black quarterback that's actually pretty decent in the pocket, pretty decent in football IQ, has a really good arm, and he slips down to 15.
ESPN had him ranked number 2.
He was
top 2 quarterback.
He was the second ranked quarterback in the draft. And he slips all the way down to 15.
In my opinion, the best. That's just me personally. I just thought he was. The performances he put on in the Big Ten. The Big Ten. Their defenses are okay, but they're probably second to the SEC. But the dots that he was throwing against Michigan, the dots that he was throwing against like Minnesota, like Penn State, like.
Legitimate football.
Yes, like he didn't even. I don't remember him having a bad game, and that's hard to say in football as a quarterback. I don't remember him having a bad game. That's couldn't be me. That's all I say.
I just think it's kind of funny. Karma has a way of coming back because if you look at RG3, he was a quarterback who could run but couldn't throw, and now you got a quarterback now that can throw but can't run.
RG3 could throw.
Yeah, RG3 had a nice.
He just decided to keep running.
Yeah, exactly. It got hurt.
He was a runner. So
bro, you can see him at Baylor.
Huh?
Yeah. You can see him at Baylor.
College, NFL.
He was somewhere in the NFL. They set the offense up.
Yeah. They said the
offense. Year he could throw it too. His rookie year he was throwing dots.
Yes, he
where
was.
Is he now?
Hurt.
Still?
Yeah. No, he ain't hurt. With the Ravens.
He's with the Ravens. Yeah, he's with the Ravens.
Being petty, I know.
Before we move on, can we give a shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes.
I know we're running short on time, but there is a God.
I gotta get my 2 cents about that.
There was a God, and
there is.
The reason I say that is because the Pittsburgh Steelers are always known to be not aggressive. They always kind of wait for players to come to them, and the past couple years it's really been a huge issue because we've not been able to fill the shoes of Ryan Shazier. We've not been able to find a corner, and they've been missing on players. And they always say after the fact, "Oh, we were gonna trade up for this player, but this," or "We was gonna wait for this player to come to us, but this happened." So they literally took their first round pick, took their second round pick, traded into the top 10. Which, again, I've always criticized the Steelers for being like complacent. They never like to take chances, and they finally did one and took the linebacker from Michigan, Devin Bush, which I think I mentioned on the last week's episode. I wanted either Greedy Williams or what's the other linebacker from LSU, Devin White.
Devin White, yeah.
But thanks, the dude named Devin Bush. Dang, my mind that quick.
Too many Devins.
Yeah, exactly. But he's literally just as good. He has the foot speed. He can tackle. Like he can find his way through space. Like I watched his highlights. I was like, if he can just stay healthy. That's all I ask. He looked really good. So shout out to the Steelers for finally being aggressive.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Panthers. I was actually at the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Actually just got back here, so shout out to dedication. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Brian Burns, love him. Edge from Florida State, love the pig. He has a lot of Julius Peppers in him, but he's pretty quick too. We got Greg Little from Ole Miss, who I'm kind of not too sure about. I've seen a couple of videos of him and. Mobility and just getting around is kind of his thing, especially with like protecting Cam. I got an issue with that.
Yeah.
But Will Greer, 3rd round. a lot of people are giving high fives and clapping. So, I mean, we'll see. He's from Carolina.
If you can, go watch that West Virginia versus Texas game.
Versus Texas.
Yep.
I gotta
Yes.
go watch the Texas game.
Yes.
I think I know how to end it. That's why I was like,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, watch that West Virginia
some
versus
throws in that
Texas
game.
game.
He
He
has some
made
throws in
some
that game.
check
throws.
him out. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of more confident now if Cam got to at least sit out a couple weeks this season. You know, Will Greer, like I said, is Carolina guy. We got a home guy, third rounder. So he seemed excited to play for us. So we happy to have him.
And before we move on, shout out to my Titans. They
Teen Titans.
They had a really good draft. At first, I didn't like the first round pick, mainly because he just tore his ACL, and I know he was like considered a top 5 prospect.
Yep.
But it's like if you draft in the first round, I want you to play this year.
Yeah. Agreed.
True.
Due to our second and third round picks, I look back at the first round pick like, okay, I see you, John Robinson. We got AJ Brown from Ole Miss, another wide receiver, and we got a lineman. So,
What's y'all first pick? The guy that got in trouble.
Yep.
And that's why I'm about to transition on into the next segment.
Okay.
So ESPN like, I was at the draft, so I didn't see this video and stuff. I remember it now because I remember when it happened and Mississippi State offered him the scholarship, and it was like a big uproar about, oh my God, y'all offering him a scholarship after he got caught hitting this girl in the video. So for them to bring it back up 3 years later, like for them just show that, and I heard they didn't show highlights.
Yeah, if you watched it on ESPN, like, it was just terrible. Like, the whole segment since Tennessee made the pick was about that incident. Like, there were like no highlights. There was like no stats on them.
I should have watched it on ABC.
They showed the video in which he got in trouble for.
Are you serious?
Yes, they actually showed the video.
And so the hosting team can't even get respect for that draft pick that they got because they too busy worried about his personal life.
Bingo.
That's trash.
Yeah.
That's ESPN for you.
That is.
That's all I got to say on that one.
As ESPN for you.
Like you said, we don't condone that, but it happened 3 years ago. He's played a whole college career since then. And I think the girl was fighting his sister. So anytime family is involved like that,
You're going to protect your family.
Exactly.
It's just that simple.
But go from that, going to Tyreek Hill.
That's y'all boy.
That ain't my boy. I don't know him.
Ah, man.
Tyreek Hill. Kansas City, man. What's up with y'all?
I don't know what's
Players.
going on in Kansas
Y'all
City.
all y'all best players do to just.
I think last year was just like an anomaly in time for like the Chiefs period. Because now homie on the cover of
Pat
Madden.
Mahomes on the cover of Madden.
So,
Shout out to that because
yeah.
the Titans show played them this
Chiefs finna win 4 games next season. But with
about that
Tyreek
now.
Hill,
I don't know about 4.
year. And the Reed too good for that, even
Yeah.
with the quarterback.
Madden.
Pat Mahomes too good for all that now.
I give him
He
ten-
who he gonna throw it to?
he
don't
might
give a
get.
damn.
I give him 10 to 6.
Who gonna run the ball for
I give him 10 to 6.
I'm saying he
could
can get hurt,
care.
but it's Andy Reid. He can
I could care
Who
less.
back there?
He can put all 5 of us out there forward, and I promise you, and I would be perfectly okay. But Mahomes is the
We're gonna
quarterback.
at least have a good offense.
Exactly. Put me in the slot. I'm good with that.
Yes.
Man.
But anyway, Tyreek Hill got caught on audio. I guess he broke the arm of his son, and him and his fiance was arguing about that. If y'all don't remember, Tyreek Hill was involved in a domestic violence incident prior to getting drafted, and he actually fell down in the draft to like the 5th round due to that. I think the same fiance that he's with now, he had punched her in the stomach while she was pregnant with their son
Ooh.
at that time.
man.
So it was already accounted against him. And now the Chiefs have, I think, suspended him.
They suspended him for all activities, so there's a good chance he might not play this season.
Yep.
A very strong chance he might not play this
It
season.
needs to be. He needs to not play. I think my issue, and I kind of asked this question when I first heard about it. Like, why do players continue to do this? You see what I'm saying? Like, why do we continue to have these different cases every single year? It's not just one case. It's at least 3 or 4 every single year. The answer to that question is because the NFL doesn't care. Honestly, that's the reason it doesn't happen. The reason you see these issues with NFL players beating on their wives or beating on their girlfriends or beating on their children is because they suspend their players 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and then somebody still picks them up and they still getting game checks. Mm-hmm. Like that's the only reason. That's the reason it keeps happening. If there was an incident where, here's the instance right here for you. Like Tyreek Hill, he gets suspended the entire season. I think that sends a message. It has to. Like, I mean, because at the end, like, players care about their money. So I just think the league has got to do something. Like, I don't know what it is, and I mean, I gotta, I guess, do some research on it. But the league got to do something. That's the reason this stuff keeps happening.
I really have no. Like I said, he spoke. I mean, especially with him, it was already a big count against you coming in, and there you go. You haven't changed. But listen to the audio, you could tell just his demeanor. He even told his fiance, she said something about the son was terrified of him, and he was like, "Well, you need to be terrified of me too, then, B."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He kept calling her bro throughout the whole audio.
Wow.
Too.
And Adrian Peterson was suspended for how long? Like a full year?
He wasn't suspended.
He wasn't suspended.
He was getting paid. He was on the exempt list or something.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is crazy. He just whooped his child with a switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's all.
If that's the case, all that parents should have.
Exactly. That's true. Well, that's two people I won't draft this year. Thank God. It's ironic because I had Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill on my squad this year. So that's two.
Yeah, you did.
Let's see what your mind is.
Hey, they served their purpose. They did what they supposed to do on the field. So
That's probably how these like coaches and owners feel. That's probably how the NFL. You got one job. If you do it, cool. If not, we got somebody that can easily replace you.
Yeah.
Yep.
70% black. For a reason.
So move on to college basketball recruiting. So we thought Memphis had a chance to get the number one recruiting class if things fell in place. Apparently, it probably won't happen anymore. Thanks to, of course, who? Duke.
Dookie.
Matthew Hurt, and I forgot the other guard that they signed, but yeah, they made them number one, and they'll probably stay number one. Even if Memphis do get these prospects that we're hoping that we all get. So go from there. Cole Anthony, the son of Greg Anthony.
Did not know that to this
I
point.
I know that. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Greg Anthony he's an NBA analyst and former NBA player and NBA in a college basketball star.
And he's great at what he did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
His son is going to North Carolina, according to North Carolina, and
that was a huge pickup for North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, because
I actually think otherwise.
Really?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I actually did a little research on Cole Anthony. First of all, great player, tremendous player. Like his highlight is unreal. But I've heard, and I think I heard this on Gary Perry's show too, that he ain't the best person to play with. And so from what I heard is if he didn't go there would have been better recruits. That basically North Carolina could have gotten more players without Cole Anthony than they did with Cole Anthony. That makes sense. Like I've heard several times, like it's been quoted by several different people that are like that's really into college basketball recruiting. And they just said, like, Cole Anthony's good. Like, he's a one-and-done type player. He can probably go top 5 in next year's draft, but I just heard he ain't the best person to play with. So, like I said, I just think that maybe if he didn't go to North Carolina, that North Carolina could have got more recruits. They could have gotten a better overall team than a team just with Cole Anthony and players, is what I'll say. That's just from what I heard. That's all.
Interesting.
But he's good, though. Another takeaway I take from it is y'all boy John Calipari slipping.
Oh yeah,
we know that.
John Calipari up there.
Who was y'all boy though?
I was just gonna say,
Who boys you referring to?
John Calipari ain't hitting no recruits like he used to. I mean, Cole Anthony didn't go to he didn't go to Kentucky.
Nope.
James Wiseman didn't go.
I
to
don't even think
Kentucky.
Kentucky was in his.
Kentucky ain't even been getting I don't amongst even the players that are still available to get like Precious, like Lester Keonis, like all these really good players.
Kentucky ain't on the list.
Kentucky ain't even on the list. So it's just he got the little lifetime contract. Might need to second guess that one now.
Yeah.
He got a lifetime to make up for it. So.
This is true. Good comeback.
Nice.
This is true. But he ain't looking too good for your boy. I'm still holding out faith for Memphis. I still think Memphis is going to make it some noise. Like Sharky said, I don't think they'll get the number one recruiting class, but heck, a top 5 recruiting class for Memphis is. I just think that's just as good. And I'll be interested to see what Penny can do with a top 5 recruiting class versus a class he had last year. So,
and Duke basically has a starting 5 class coming in: Boogie Ellis, Cassius Stanley, Wendell Moore, Matthew Hurt, and Vernon Carey. And just named them in order from point guard through center.
and their team next year actually
might be better.
might be better. I think it's hard to say.
Yeah, Trey Jones is coming
Trey
back.
Jones coming back, so they'll be deeper.
Yeah,
this year
that's the key. They'll be deeper. It won't just be the Zion Williams show or the Zion and RJ Barrett show and crew. You got like you said, Trey Jones coming back. Matthew Hurts is still there. Boogie Ellis is gonna be there. Vernon Carey, I think is the other guy name too. So they may have actually a better overall team next year.
Kentucky actually do got 2 top 10s coming in.
I mean, we didn't say they were slipping like they ain't have no 5 stars coming in. But they're just used to battling for number 1.
There you go.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then go from there. Dabo Swinney
Oh boy.
got paid
Boy.
10 years, $93 million. Richest contract in college football. history.
Well deserved, in my
He
opinion.
got Alabama by like 30.
You beat Alabama twice in your tenure to win a national championship.
Beating by 30 was a freshman.
Yeah.
Beat about 30 with some fresh.
Yeah, he really did. It's the truth. It's the truth.
That was just how you
If I'm
30 about some fresh.
if I was Clemson at that point, I'm just like blank check, write a number down, and we'll pay it. So
And Sunshine coming back too, so shoot, they may be winning another one.
2 more years.
2 more years.
Two more
I
years. I'm
did.
sorry.
I guess
Oh,
he got
my
2.
God.
Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, I think he's worth it just for the amount of players that he's produced in the league. Like, I mean, he had how many D linemen go in the first round? 4?
3.
3? 4? That's a lot.
3.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
like I mean, his ability to be able to get players in the draft, like not even just like 4th, 5th round, but like 1st round, 2nd round, like he's doing really good. Like his recruiting classes are always up there. Like y'all said, he's beating Nick Saban, the only person that can beat Nick Saban at this point. So I think it's worth it. Sucks that the players won't see any of the money, but that's just me. I'll drop the mic.
Yeah. Plays NCAA by 2 Chainz.
About that. Man.
Plays NCAA by 2 Chainz. There you go.
Man.
If anybody wondering, according to ESPN, if Swinney were to leave for another collegiate head coaching position in the first 2 years of his deal, the buyout will be $4 million.
That's it.
But the buyout increases to $6 million if he were to leave for Alabama. There's no buyout if he leaves for an NFL job. So
Okay,
Smart,
that is smart.
Alabama, he's alumni of Alabama. So
Yeah.
it's been quoted that it's been a thought that when Nick Saban retires, he'll be the next coach of Alabama. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it makes
I
sense.
thought buyouts were. I don't know. I just thought the buyout would have been more than that.
Yeah, because I think Ed Orgeron's buyout is like ridiculous.
Yeah,
his
the
was like,
buyout only
yeah.
$4 million. Hey, I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
Well, it's time for our famous and our new theme song. Oh no!
Shout out.
Is you trolling? Is you trolling? Is you trolling? Is you trolling?
Yeah, might be. Yeah, might be. Yeah, might be. Yeah, might be.
I will go first.
I don't think that's ever gonna get old, man. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
That's so funny. Bro.
That's awesome.
And I thought of another one too.
I'm sorry for a couple more that we got.
Yeah,
you.
All right,
definitely.
all right.
All right, my troll now. I saw a shirt last week. I don't think y'all remember. I said after the episode I was gonna use this in my troll now next week. So I saw the shirt and it made me think about Skylar's 2-piece from Popeyes with the John Wall number 2 from Washington.
Why the name? The name. You just had to say his name.
Yeah, because that's what the troll now was. Had to let the people know who didn't get a chance to listen to the episode.
True.
So,
Continue.
Yeah.
the number 2 from Popeyes is going to come back into this episode, and number 2 from Washington is not.
At least for another year.
I feel like I'm gonna have to pull up my trolling hat.
Especially since Skylar is a Lakers fan and a Kobe fan. Chris Child's 2-piece on Kobe was better than 2-piece from Popeyes.
Wow.
Where the hell did this even come from?
Sharky literally saw this on the shirt with Chris Childs giving Kobe their 2-piece.
I said like Jordan. This never happened to Jordan or something.
Yep. I knew exactly where it came from. I'm going to troll. I'm like, you can't do. Look, my man said it best. Consistency is key. When you go to Popeyes and you ask for a 2-piece, you gonna get a 2-piece every single time. So hey.
Y'all trolling.
I really don't know how to take it. I still think at the end of the day, the number 2 from Popeyes would be better than almost any number 2. Better than the number 2 is taking the ish. But seriously, I don't think I still take a number 2 from Popeyes because I mean, yeah, he gave Kobe a 2-piece, but that was the only thing that he was able to do. I mean, Kobe still gave him buckets on a yearly basis, so that's just me.
Yeah.
So you asking Would I rather have a 2-piece from Popeyes or see Kobe get punched in the face
I
twice?
just said it was better than a 2-piece from Popeyes. I say you would rather have it or not.
It was better than a 2-piece from Popeyes. Because Kobe didn't connect, did he?
Kobe never threw a
He never
punch.
threw a punch. I'm a roll with the Popeyes because I don't condone violence. I'm all
My
about
man.
so
I'm dead.
Wow.
He really don't. He just condone hot water being out.
Yeah,
That's not violence.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like this is much better.
that would be
I actually
crazy.
probably rather you have some type of violence put against me than to have my hot water taken from me. So I can taking hot water away from somebody.
So you ready to get your ass whooped and get to take a cold shower?
Yeah.
Y'all some idiots. I'm
Because at the end of the day, when you get your ass, you know you got hot water, though.
but you don't need some cold water.
Got options. Yeah. Life is about options, my brother. Yes. Not every. You can't win every game. Sometimes you got to take a L.
What Pop say? You win some, but you
There
lose
you
some.
go. But you live,
Words have
live
never
to fight
been
another day.
Exactly. True words have never been said.
I'm rolling with the Popeyes, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all funny, man.
That was a good one, Sharky.
Yeah,
You tried.
that was a good try.
Awesome.
Real good
That was
one.
awesome.
They walk off on that one.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyone else got one?
I
I got
got-
one actually, but you go.
I got one. So if y'all were paying attention earlier, I went on my little rant on the Thunder
Oh yeah.
after their loss to the Trailblazers in the first round of the playoffs. I was gonna come out and say, trolling all, the Thunder will not make the playoffs
Next
season.
Not a troll. Not a troll.
That's actually not a troll.
And here's why.
Oh.
If you look at the teams two of the teams that missed this past season, you have the Lakers, which they're not missing the playoffs next year because LeBron's gonna come back better than ever, and then adding Kawhi Leonard to the deal is gonna help as well. The Sacramento Kings, I think a lot of people are selling them short, and they barely missed the playoffs by maybe just a few games. And I like what Dave Yeager is doing with the squad. As I mentioned before, if Billy Donovan is coaching this team next year and there are no changes made, I really do believe the Thunder will not make the playoffs next season.
I could really, really see that. I'm going to say that's not a troll. I could really see that. Like you said, you bring valid points with the Lakers. I can't see them missing the playoffs. Again, I can't see that. You bring valid effort, valid point with the Kings. The Spurs will still be there. The Clippers will still
are
be
actually
there.
going to be
So and
yeah.
like I said, I mentioned earlier, I don't see, especially if y'all bring Billy Donovan back. Like I don't see how y'all change. Like I can't see, even if there's small signings, like I just can't see it putting y'all over the hump to get you to like the 4 or 5 seed, which is where you really should be every single year.
That's true.
I really can't see anything because at the end of the day, you still got Russell Westbrook, you still got Paul George. I still think that y'all can bring back Steven Adams because if you still got those three, you still paying. That's it. Those three players alone, you paying over $80 million, and you can't do too much with the salary cap after that. So I don't think too much will happen after that. In the past couple of years, I mean, y'all have been good, but this year y'all are 8 seed. What seed were y'all last year?
No, we
y'all
were
at 7.
6. We were 6 this season.
Sorry, y'all 6. But
Last season,
but the difference between 6 and 8 was what, a game?
Yeah, and last season we were a 4 seed.
Okay. So y'all 4 seed the year before. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think too much, or if anything, will change, and I could actually really see y'all missing the playoffs.
I'm gonna go with you honestly. If y'all bring back Billy Donovan and don't bring a legit point guard to help Russell run the team, and y'all continue to let Russell be Russell, and that not let Paul George, continue to evolve, because y'all, us, I ain't gonna say us, but y'all was saying that Paul George was an MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying?
At one
And so
point.
what happened? And I guess to answer the question, Russell started to happen. So if Russell continues to happen, yeah, I can see him not making the playoffs.
It was more so of his shoulders. And I do say shoulders because at one point, coming from the All-Star break, his left shoulder was bothering him, and towards the end of the season, his right shoulder was bothering him. So we really stumbled into the playoffs. Like it took literally the last game against Milwaukee just to lock up the 6th seed. Like there was a really good chance we could have missed the playoffs or drawn the 8th seed, which if we would have had an 8, we would have got swept. Let's just be real.
And I'll be real. The Lakers, of course, hopefully don't make the playoffs next year. The Kings are looking really good. The Timberwolves may be a sleeper team. You know, who knows what the Grizzlies are.
No.
Timberwolves done.
Timberwolves are done.
Carl Anthony Towns is going to actually.
He will ask for a trade.
Watch it work.
And there's 2 key players that may be heading to the Clippers.
Are you doing a troller now? Or
I'll do a second troller now.
I mean, who?
And I'm just going from our guy, Kemba Walker and Jimmy Butler. Will join the Clippers.
I love it.
We'll join the Clippers.
I love it. OG J.O. West knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. Shout out to Charlotte who, dang.
Because let's really, your 2 best players for the Clippers, they're only going to be making $7 million next year. Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams. They're only making $7 million next year.
Oh,
Zubac is pretty.
nice.
Zubac has been pretty good for them since leaving the Lakers. You know what you're getting from Pat Bev. I just think,
of course.
I just mentioned Lou Will. So adding those 2 in free agency,
it would do a lot.
It would do a lot. It will make things all, like I said, really interesting in the West.
So they're gonna be able.
They just extended Doc Rivers, so
I can see that. That's a nice one.
Things can get interesting in the West. That's what led to my first trolling all about the Thunder potentially not making the playoffs unless drastic changes are made.
What question am I asking? I think I already answered it, right?
I was saying my trolling now is that Jimmy Butler and Kemba Walker will be joining the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much got that from the same source, and this source I hadn't been wrong, and I can't wait. I can't wait for all this slander about my Lakers. I can't wait for it all to cease.
Yeah,
because if you follow this guy, it's pretty interesting, and the Lakers. I mean, he's reported so much that not even a lot of people know about. So it's just like, who?
I mean, who's your guy? Go on, name drop.
He doesn't have a name. He hasn't dropped his name, but his tag on Twitter is I got sources.
Yeah.
And we've talked about him before. This is a guy who has a really good source. He hasn't been wrong on anything. This guy has predicted things as far as Laker rumors, hours, days, weeks before Adrian Wojnarowski, who was like the basketball guru. Like he's like the next thing to the gospel when it comes to NBA basketball rumors. So this guy's been pretty much legit on everything. He's saying that every superstar knows exactly where they're going except Kyrie Irving.
Really?
Yes. He said everybody knows where they're going.
So Kyrie's really probably torn.
Kyrie's, from what he says, is torn between Brooklyn and New York. From what he says. He says KD knows where he's going.
Of course.
The only thing that's not sure exactly on how it's going to happen is how Kawhi Leonard will come to the Lakers. He said Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers is pretty much done. The Lakers already have the coach. That's pretty much done.
It'll be a sign and trade. That's what I heard.
Well, he said, it'll be the only way it'll be a sign and trade is if the Lakers can find a third star. From what he's saying, this is damn genius. So what he's saying is, the Lakers will of course try to get Kawhi Leonard, but what they'll try to do first is try to get Anthony Davis or another superstar. So the way that then if they get that second star, then Kawhi Leonard would be third. But the way to make Kawhi Leonard fit under the salary cap is you just do a sign and trade. So then you have three superstars all under the salary cap, pretty much being maxed out.
Oh, stay woke. And guess who just took over as GM for the Pelicans? David Griffin.
David Griffin, yep.
Who loves club sports.
Who's cool with LeBron James, who has also been a fan of Brandon Ingram, who plays for the Lakers.
And if you get a chance, YouTube, because David Griffin was working for NBA TV this past season, and he literally put together the package that he would want if he was the Pelican.
Stay woke, LeBron. Stay woke, man.
You remember the package?
I forgot what the package was, but it was definitely revolved around Brandon Ingram.
Wow, that's hilarious.
So if you get a chance, for everybody that's listening, follow. His name is I Got Sources. We're definitely going to try to get him on the podcast soon enough, but. From what he's saying, and I believe him. I mean, almost everything that he said over the past, I think I've been following him since February. Almost everything that he said has been spot on. Like, he hasn't missed.
Yeah.
The Lakers already have the coach. That coach is waiting on the season to be over with. It's funny. It's hilarious. Really funny. It's hilarious. So it'd be interesting. I think he said that that Klay Thompson's going to stay with the Golden State Warriors.
As he should.
KD's already gone. Like I said, every big free agent knows exactly where they're going.
Yeah. Right on.
It's going to be a lot of player movement. Like, I mean, he said, and I've said the same thing too. I think this offseason, as far as moves, is going to be way more crazy than it was last year because there are way more players involved.
The NBA marketing and making it seem like a soap opera, so it's going to be stuff going on back to back to back. Like after the season, the season begins.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny. It's funny that you say that because he's literally gone on. He's gone on to say that even ESPN reporters know all of this. Mm-hmm. But the reason they're not reporting is because they want clicks. They want to prolong this as long as they can.
Of course,
easily.
Of course.
And so he's just of the mindset. Well, why not just give the people what they want?
Because we're surrounded by idiots.
Yeah, if you have this information, why not share it with the people? Why not share the information with people? But at the end of the day, I understand the business and I understand what they're getting at. Which again, I say at this point, then we can move on. Mm-hmm. At some point, people will stop caring for ESPN.
Yep,
I like that.
Yep,
people stop caring for ESPN.
Because they don't care about us.
I think the draft. If you watch their coverage of the draft, it was really, really cringeworthy. Like especially with we just talked about it earlier with the Titans pick. It seemed like every black player that got drafted in that first round, they told some kind of tragic story or some kind of story about how they, basically just like how some of us grew up in the hood or whatever. And I just found it like just real cringeworthy. And then when, of course, our fellow Caucasian players were drafted, it was always something, usually positive about what star they were in high school or who played the game. Like if somebody's parents played the game, they always highlighted each of their parents and things of that nature. So, yeah, I'm rolling with you on that one about eventually we're going to stop caring about ESPN.
I've been that way. I've literally been that way for the past several months.
I stopped caring when they made the same mistake twice during the Like, how do you make the same? All black people do not look alike. Like, chill. Like, that just try to piss me off, to be honest with you. Like, twice in a row, back to back.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
I feel like they've gotten away from the small details. Mm-hmm. Yes. I think they focus too big on getting these contracts with these different conferences in college basketball and college football. They're too busy worried about ratings, which I think, for business such as which I get it, but sometimes it's the small details that people care about. It's the small details that people want before you give them all of this information at one time. So, and I think they've gotten away from that. And we kind of, I tweeted, and I put this in GroupMe a couple of weeks ago, but for me, I was a big Stuart Scott fan.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace to Stuart Scott, but I just think things haven't been the same since he passed away a couple years ago.
Honestly, I'll be straight up. When Skip Bayless left, that was a wrap.
Yep.
Like people talk trash about Skip Bayless a lot, but he's fun to watch. He loves the Spurs. Of course, we all love our teams, but that's just him. Like he was fun and like he with Shannon doing his thing. And honestly, I'd rather watch Undisputed than First Take.
Skip had to do what he had to do, man. Because Fox threw a bag at him. So
Jamel Hill left. Is Mike still on?
Mike who?
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith, yeah.
Last time I saw him, he was hosting Around the Horn.
Yeah, he's still for ESPN, but I'm not sure what in the world happened with him because, he was hosting. Him and
Jamel was hosting Sports Center at one point.
Jamel Hill, when she had this situation, when she was talking about politics, and they didn't want her to talk about politics again, another issue I had with ESPN. Once that whole incident happened, like you didn't hear from Michael Smith for a minute. Yeah. Like I forgot about him until like a couple weeks ago.
But they still got carrier champion, so shout out to her. I get my trolling on. We can get on out of here, guys.
All right.
So, shout out again to my brother. I'm gonna do it like this. As far as ranking the point guards go, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, Dame Lillard, trolling on.
I think that's fair. I think that's really, really fair.
That's fair.
I'm trying to say who could you really put in there for a debate. That's it. And I thought about that. As this playoff series with Russell Westbrook and Dame Lillard was going on, I was just like, shoot, he's been up there. Like he's always, like I said, he's always kind of been like that fourth or fifth point guard that you kind of mention. And like a lot of times you kind of feel obligated to throw Westbrook in there because of the numbers that he has. Again, none of us are knocking his triple double numbers, but sometimes I feel like he forces those numbers, and I feel like those numbers prohibit the team from doing what they are really capable of doing. I think they could be way more dangerous than there. But I think, like I said this a couple weeks ago, I think he numbers chase. I think he chases those numbers, and I think that's more important to him than winning is, and that's a huge issue. But I would definitely take Steph Curry. I would even say you could almost, I don't know, because I've seen Kyrie against the Warriors in Game 7 at Oracle.
Yeah,
and I don't know, shoot. But yeah, I would take those three. I would take those.
Yeah,
three.
most definitely.
A healthy Kyrie though. A healthy Kyrie.
A healthy Kyrie. Easily.
All right, well, apparently Shark had to get on out of here because Binge is that big of a deal.
Not apparently, like you.
I know. It's a spoiler for everybody. Y'all got until 11:59 tonight on this Sunday. Go check it out. It's going down. Y'all already unfollow me, and I don't care because I know y'all gonna follow me back.
Man, I'm not.
What it is.
I'm
man.
not big on spoilers, man. So fire away. I'm still gonna enjoy it just as quick as.
Man. Not people getting pissed off. Or who was the?
I mean, I know.
I forgot something.
I know it was an incident. It was an incident in Hong Kong where somebody spoiled the movie, and like I guess people that were going to see it, they actually jumped them.
Shady McCoy.
Yeah, Shady McCoy is he's messing it up too.
He messed it up.
Yeah, he's spoiling it too. So I'm not that big on spoilers. I'm gonna enjoy it regardless.
I ain't gonna lie.
So.
Now, I mean, the thing is, like, it's 10 years down the line. Like, I remember seeing the first Iron Man in high school. So it's like you spoiling 10 years of back to back to back. Piece upon Marvel movies, and you want to be an ass and just tweet out what happened. I actually saw it, so I kind of didn't get the same effect as if I didn't see it, like a spoiler. But at the same time, I know what you're saying. It don't hit the same. Trust me, it don't hit the same.
Yeah,
it don't hit the same.
I get it. It doesn't hit the same, but it's just like,
but it's definitely the best. I'm not prisoner of the moment. It's the best movie I've ever seen. It don't feel like 3 hours.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait to see it.
I hope if you ain't seen it, please go see it.
Before we get out of here, I definitely want people to subscribe and listen as much as possible. But the month of May, we got some heavy hitters coming in.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
the month of May, we have some. We have some local talent. We have some local talent coming in from different walks of life. I'll say that.
Different walks of life.
Different walks of life. Yeah.
So definitely be prepared for that, and y'all just click like and share.
Be on the lookout for that. Our blog on Dirk and Dwayne Wade coming out this week as well.
Coming out soon. And the show is called Let's Be Real. So let me just be real for a moment. Of course, I'm just coming back from Charlotte, literally just getting back and recording a podcast. But one of the reasons that I did go was to repair, a relationship with my dad. So if anybody that's listening, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's listening, going through something, don't have a real relationship with your dad, just try to get it right with them. Because you only got one. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my granddad, who was a diehard Candlelight and Panthers fan. So, it's all in the blood.
Yeah,
man.
if you have both of your parents, man, cherish the time that you have.
Absolutely.
Well, not just with your parents, your grandparents, and great grandparents. Like, cherish that time that you have with them because life is short, man.
Bang bang.
And on that note, I ain't want to get too emotional, but
you good. Like, you need to hear stuff like that. Stuff like that. I needed to hear that actually.
Yeah.
So I guess I do to remember.
We are powered by the Binge Podcast Network. Shout out to iHeartMedia and 1019 Kiss FM. You can listen to us on any podcast platform. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at LBR Sports 901 and join the Facebook group at the Let's Be Real group.
All right, we out this thing.
Peace.
All right, peace.